Thank you for joining us for a WIFR Fastcast. I'm Daniel Burbank from the WIFR News Now desk. A 30-year-old Dekalb man faces several charges, including murder. That's today's top story on this WIFR Fastcast. Police say Dominic Larson beat a 5-month-old infant Monday afternoon. The infant was taken to a nearby hospital, put on life support, and later died. Dekalb deputies believe Larson was under the influence and was not following police orders. He had to be held down and arrested. 55-year-old Chandra McClarty admits to stealing more than $34,000 from the Tumbling and Arco Boosters Club. She worked as the treasurer for the Booster Club, which is run by parents and students at the Gymnastics Academy of Rockford. In a plea agreement, McClarty said between 2023 and 24, she was in control of the club's bank account and used money for herself, including $1,100 to a local dentist office. She could face up to 2 decades in prison and will be sentenced June 23rd. 52-year-old Florida man Aaron Carter will spend 7.5 years in prison for several domestic violence charges. In March 2025, Carter was in Beloit for a funeral when he beat his child's mother, took her phone, wallet, and the child. The woman was taken to a hospital, and police arrested Carter. While he was in jail, Carter called the woman and told her not to come to court and testify against him. The suspect cried in court and told the judge that he loved his wife and apologized. Rockford police arrest a 17-year-old accused of having a weapon without a firearm owner's identification card, or FOID card. Around 11 Tuesday night, officers stopped a vehicle in the area near Charles and 18th Streets. The teen was later taken into custody. Investigators say they found a loaded gun with an extended drum magazine. A proposed law would create safeguards to protect survivors of domestic violence against their abuser from stalking them. State Senator Steve Stottleman says the bill creates an emergency order of protection for the survivor until the long-term order is served. Under current Illinois law, after a judge grants a long-term order, the emergency order is no longer in effect.
This bill will mean protection for victims of abuse remains fully enforceable and protects survivors from dangerous loopholes and paperwork timing. The intent is clear. Domestic violence victims deserve protection all the way through the process.
Well, the Rockford Public School Board is set to vote whether to approve a new contract with teachers tonight. This comes after the union overwhelmingly voted to approve a tentative deal over the weekend. Several issues were on the table, including salary increases, retroactive pay, and parental leave. Union President Claudia Marshall says the REA feels confident that this is a good, fair, decent contract for both sides. RPS Superintendent Aaron Jarrett says this ratification reflects thoughtful conversations and shared commitment to supporting our educators. We'll be live from the administrative building on this vote, coming up at 5 and 6. Another Illinois bill would approve housing and support services for those returning from prison. The Home for Good bill, consists of 4 components: rental assistance, wraparound services, reentry housing development, and creating the Home for Good institution. Representative Maurice West says the bill prevents homelessness, increases public safety, and saves taxpayer money.
Here in Illinois, every year, thousands of men and women return home from prison. They return with hope. They return with a desire to work. They return with a desire to reconnect with their families, to be present fathers, to be present mothers, present neighbors. They return ready to contribute.
An active 62-year-old man's life takes a turn with the news he needs heart surgery. But his procedure becomes a first for a Rockford area. Reggie Herford, a retired Chrysler plant worker, struggled to breathe when it came to daily activities. UW Health then performed robotic surgery on him. The procedures are done without opening the chest and a less invasive alternative.
That's one of the things that we both were nervous about, them having to crack my entire chest open. Dr. Matada said, no, you won't have to do that. It's going to be a few incisions on your right side. The robot will go in and repair, take care of the issues, and everything will be fine.
Alyssa Kelly speaks and meets with Reggie, his wife, and the surgeon to learn how cutting-edge technology can quickly get patients back on their feet. North Park Deputy Chief Brian Kuntz prepares to take the next steps in his long career. On social media, Kuntz says he will be sworn in as the next fire chief for South Beloit. Kuntz has been a firefighter for more than 4 decades. He even faced his own battle when he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. South Beloit's mayor says he was impressed with Kuntz's interview. Well, Aging Untold is WIFR's newest talk show focused on the journey of aging in America. Each episode features a panel of experienced industry professionals who will offer insight and solutions for people entering a new chapter of their life, as well as their caregivers. Jake Pearson talks with 2 of the hosts on what the show is about.
Joining us now are 2 of the hosts, Dr. Rhea Rogers and Catherine Ambrose. And guys, tell me here, why should audiences really watch Aging Untold, and what's the show really about?
Well, we're going to kind of address the mysteries of aging. We are going to help people understand what professionals in the aging space wishes Americans knew. So we're going to just unveil candid conversations and hopefully get people thinking a little bit differently about aging. And then my own physician, Dr. Ray, we're so excited to have her on. She's made a big impact for my health and my husband, my mother. And so I'm so excited that America and Rockford, Illinois is going to meet Dr. Ray.
Well, this show is for everyone, and it really is about the aging journey. And for everyone to understand, you know, each minute that goes by, we're all aging. And aging is a journey, it's not a destination. And when we get old, in our older years, it can really be confusing and overwhelming. And so we want people to understand what's really happening with their body and with their brain. And most importantly, to know that there are real ways that they can keep everything resilient, strong, and independent.
Yeah, and then I was going to say also, I know that you guys are just 2 of the hosts here of the show. Could you guys tell us kind of about your expertise, and then also what some of your other fellow hosts are bringing to the table as well?
Absolutely. I'm an aging coach, business coach, and I've come from the housing industry. And in 2018, I made a purposeful pivot to help older Americans with the complexities of aging, especially related to housing. We have Sam Craddock, who is a gerontologist and an author of a number of books. She is a wonderful care educator. She's gone globally viral. Some people call her TikTok Sam. And she's really fun. People are going to learn a lot from her. We have Amy O'Rourke, who's a life care manager. She's devoted her whole life to the aging journey and helping people manage. She's written a wonderful book called The Fragile Years, which I love to introduce to my clients. And so we're thrilled to have her. And then Dr. Ray.
Yeah, so I am always studying about what's happening in the body, and having experience in both functional and traditional medicine, I like to try to teach people not only what is going on, but why it's happening, and also to zero in on those systems within their body that's already working and make those stronger, because the body really is always trying to heal itself. And I'm so fortunate to be with all the other hosts and all that, because they're going to bring you that lived experience, that emotional truth of that caregiver reality, the voice of the families that are actually walking through this journey in real time. And I think when you put it all together, we're going to all bridge this gap between science and humanity and meaning. And so people will understand really what aging is. And as they understand it, they can actually make changes and figure out where it is they want to go in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and talking about that reality there, you know, for families and for those family caregivers, you know, if you could offer one piece of advice, you know, what would it be?
Well, people are living longer today, and so it's really about longevity and health span and how can we have the best lives all the way to our final sunset. So that's what we're really focused on, and we want you to tap in to the resources that are available to you. So we're going to provide solutions so that you know where to find them, so you can build your team. We say aging is a team sport. Life is a team sport. It takes other people to really make the world go round. So we're going to help you identify the players to have on your team.
And I want people to understand that illness and aging and cognitive decline, they do not happen in isolation. And it's really important that for the caregivers and the families out there to understand, not only are you taking care of the person, you're taking care of their environment and that system and all that, and that especially includes yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then obviously, you know, if I'm in my younger years and I do want to watch Aging Untold, you know, what would you want me to know about the show, or what would you want me to take away from that?
Well, we know you'll take a lot away from it because we're all aging from the day we're born. And so we know that there are people in their 20s and 30s that are going to glean a lot of good information for their own aging journey from the show, but also be able to help loved ones, family, and friends, because you'll be picking up really great clues here. There's a lot to it. And what happens with a lot of younger adults is that they wait until too many red flags have gone by before stepping in and knowing, oh my gosh, I've got to take some action to help my grandparents. And so we're going to kind of alert you to those things in advance.
And this show is not about the end of life. It's not an end of life show. It is especially pertinent for people younger right now to watch, because you're going to learn that the decisions that you make in your life right now, your diet, sleep, exercise and movement, how you manage stress, being purposeful and being positive, that's going to quietly shape how you live well later on. And you're going to learn that aging well is not just by accident. It really is the result of your awareness and your actions. And if you do nothing, you can pretty much expect nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned, it's not like an end-of-life show. So obviously, what is your goal for this show here overall, kind of wrapping things up?
Well, our goal is to help people stay in control of their destiny, have a life by design rather than default. So we want to empower people to know that there's help out there, there's solutions out there, and that maybe you don't have to settle with the challenges that you're facing. We want you to keep asking questions, keep digging, and do everything you can to enjoy your life all the way through.
And my goal is for education and empowerment and awareness. And one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Maya Angelou is, when you know better, you can do better. And having known her as Auntie Maya, she's always instilled that in me. And that's, as a physician, a philosophy that I take with me. And I'm always educating myself so that I can learn more and teach others. Because if we can teach you to know better, then you too can do better.
Yeah. So it's a groundbreaking show. We're very excited to get the conversation started in America. It's very important. And we're excited about what we're going to be able to bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see how things really shape up here when things premiere next week. Thank you guys both so much for your time.
Thank you.
Aging Untold, a brand new talk show, premieres right here on WIFR March 2nd at 3 p.m. right now. You can find more resources on the Aging Untold homepage at WIFR.com.